Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of At the Bar, hosted by yours truly, Ryan Carter. Now, this week's cocktail is brought to you by a fan recommendation. Thank you so much to Heather for taking the time to write in and give us a couple of recommendations for a cocktail we should do this week. She gave us two options, and I picked the Negroni, which is one of the few cocktails I've done so far on the show that actually has a widely accepted background. Apparently, in the 20th century, an Italian count by the name of Camillo Negroni went into a bar in Florence, Italy. The bar was Bar Cassoni, and he ordered his favorite cocktail from the bartender, an Americano, but asked the bartender to strengthen the drink for him. So the bartender swapped soda water for gin. And just to put his own little flair on it, he swapped out a lemon peel for an orange peel. Now, you're probably wondering, Ryan, what's an Americano? Well, it's a very simple cocktail. It's 1 part Sweet Vermouth, 1 part Campari, and 1 part soda water with a lemon peel in it. The Negroni isn't really that much different. It's still got Sweet Vermouth and Campari, except for you add gin to it to make it a little bit stronger, and you swap the lemon peel for an orange peel. Now, I've never had a Negroni before. I've never actually worked with Campari before either, so I'm very interested to try this cocktail. So let's go on over to the bar and see how to make it. Okay, so the Negroni is fairly simple. There's not a whole lot going into it. You're going to end up in a old-fashioned or rocks glass filled with ice, but what we're going to start with is a shaker or a mixing glass that also has ice in it. You just want to make sure you pour all of your liquor over the ice. You're going to mix it. Like we've talked about before with gin, typically when you have gin in a drink, you want to stir it, not shake it, because if you shake it, you can bruise the gin. So we're going to start out with our gin. It's an ounce of gin. Put that on in there. I like to use Seagram's because A, the juniper flavor is not overpowering, and B, it's cheap. Okay, so gin's in there. Now we're going to put Campari in there. I've never worked with Campari before. It's kind of like a bitter liqueur. It's only 24% alcohol, but still put that in there, and it's going to give it this really rich red flavor, which is kind of interesting. It looks almost like grenadine. Obviously, it's not. It's quite the opposite of grenadine, which is basically just sugar water. And last but not least, to kind of cut the Seagram or the gin flavor and the bitterness of the Campari, we're going to add some Sweet Vermouth in there. This is a nice dark color. It's going to make the whole vibe kind of come in together. All right, that's it. That's it. Just 3 drinks, 1 part of each. All right, now we're going to just take and stir that up. Just make sure all of our flavors get combined in there. You don't want to bruise the gin, so you don't want to mix it too hard. And then you're just going to put your top on and then strain it into your rocks glass. Put that over ice. And it's this nice deep red color, which almost looks a little whiskey-esque, honestly. Obviously a little bit more red than brown, but yeah, that's your Negroni. And we're going to stick to history. We're going to add our lemon wedge in there, and we're going to do our fun thing that we did with the old-fashioned to kind of bring up, sorry, this is an orange rind, not a lemon rind. Lemon rind was the Americano. But before we put this in there, we're going to do the fun thing we did with the old-fashioned and get some of that smoky orange flavor to come out. Or not. How embarrassing. Okay, so good thing to know, if you get an actual chunk of orange in your rind like I did, you're not going to get that spray that you would get from just the rind. You're going to get juice, like what you just saw. But the story of our show is that we don't really edit much. So even though that was a little embarrassing, I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. So we're going to go ahead and plop our orange rind down in our drink. Give her a little stir just to get the flavor. But yeah, there's your Negroni. Let's see what we got. Wow. That's actually really good. Not actually. I say actually. We don't really do bad drinks on the show. It's sweeter than I expected. The Sweet Vermouth obviously gives you some of that in there. If you don't want it to be sweet, you could try dry vermouth. Just change up the flavor profile a little bit. Maybe try a different gin. But wow, that's very good. I like that one a lot. We're definitely adding that to the roster. So I hope you enjoyed the video and my blunders. Cheers, guys.